What is up, guys? JaretCampisi. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of the Custom Tuono series. We've only got a few weeks left before we give this bike away. If you want to be entered to win this bike, you can buy t-shirts or you can check out the Patreon page. Both of those links will be in the description below. Today we're going to be adding more carbon to this bike, and I'm actually really excited because it's needed. The plastic really looks out of place now, and I'm excited. So let's get this thing started. Sit back, relax, enjoy this video. All right, so we're gonna be adding some more Illenberger carbon. Again, we got all these pieces to our sponsor, Manny at Moto Million. You can always use code Campisi to save yourself some money. And again, it'll all be linked in the description below. This is incredible. So Illenberger makes all the Ducati Performance carbon. That is so much better. So it doesn't match this carbon. This is actually a different company, so the weaves aren't exactly right, but it actually looks a lot better than I thought it would. And again, you can see how out of place the plastic looks. So this is really gonna help us a lot. We got our buddy Rupp here just in case we need backup. But this seems like it should be pretty simple. It's just Allen wrenches. And
so we got, guys, we got the good old mud huggers.
The mud huggers. Team's called him a mud hugger. Yeah. And it also doubles as a hat, I believe.
Yeah. We love you, Dotto. We miss you.
That is hilarious.
Does that look good?
It actually does look good. You look like you're going into Tron or something.
Rupp loves
Look
it.
at it. Rupp's like, I'm leaving. It's like,
this is gonna be my next try-on video.
I didn't sign up for this. No, but look at the quality. It looks really, really good. And then you can see what it's gonna be replacing. It's funny, a lot of people think this is carbon. This front fender, because of the way that it's designed. It's not carbon, it's just plastic. Plus it has big stupid reflectors on it, which, come on, nobody's gonna see you just because of the stupid reflector. So we're gonna get rid of that. I'm really happy about that. And then the final piece will be the rear mud hugger, as Christina says. And you can just see how absolutely gorgeous this is. I'm usually not a fan of gloss carbon, but when it's done right, it looks really, really good. Actually, here, teens, bring this one over here. This is the one you can really tell a difference. So, see that plastic piece there? Looks like doo-doo cocky. And then when you put that carbon next to that, look at that, guys. Now the bike looks really primo. It kind of makes me want to get carbon covers for these, but I think we're out of time. So, yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. Let's get her started. So, if you guys notice, this red doesn't exactly match that red. Because this actually isn't painted yet. We were waiting for the bike to be registered because it has to have this emission stuff for California. I officially got the bike registered. I just got the email yesterday. So now we can take this off. But before we do that, I wanted to at least be able to take photos with all the carbon and stuff on there. So that's why we're doing this today. And then next week we'll be replacing the entire brake setup and taking this off and having it painted, so I'm excited. Yeah, and then the seat just should come right up there. Yeah, that's hilarious. There you go. If you get pulled over, or if you're on the side of the road, you get one Allen.
That's all
you get one Allen. So it looks like 2 Allens to remove the seat, and we should be able to pull that up. I'm not sure if you even have to, but we're gonna take it off anyway, just to be safe, just in quesadilla. If you guys have ever had that from Applebee's, I highly recommend it. All right, got the 2 back bolts off. Seat should just come right up there. There she goes. Oh yeah, you're right. We did need to get under here. Rupp's always right. If I've learned one thing in life, Rupp's always right. See our Shirai battery? There's a lithium battery. That thing saved almost 6 pounds.
That's huge.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, that's what she said.
All right.
Look at this. Teens is using those little hands.
This is the one
the little
thing
smokies. The little smokies are back to work.
Smokes.
Yeah, I love it. Things like these guys, when it's just cosmetics, we're gonna definitely try to do some cosmetic stuff on the bike since that doesn't really involve liability. Because I do miss wrenching on the stuff, don't you, teens?
It's so nice and warm.
Okay.
What? Do I like? Yes, I do.
Don't you miss wrenching a little bit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and the people who watched my last video building the custom R1 Street Fighter, there it is in semi-completed form. It is now rideable. Teens is doing all the work. It's nice that these bolts are actually black.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the one thing
I
they
like
did
when
get
companies
right.
do stuff like that.
That is true.
You know, like they put silver bolts on black pieces. Like, why would you do that? Yeah, it's not that hard.
Little itty bitties.
For that guy?
Yeah.
Looks like a 3-ish. Last bolt coming out here on the left-hand side. Then this panel should just come right off.
It's a lot longer than I thought.
That's what she said.
All right.
Is that coming off? Let's see. There's a little clip at the bottom there. It clips in. It should be right here somewhere. Just be careful. There you go. Awesome. One side done. All right, right side coming off. Christina Customs is hard at work here. Where's your Campisi custom shirt? You're supposed to be wearing your beers, bikes, and babes.
I should be. Huh?
You blew it. You really blew it. Not the good way. All right, there you go. Both side panels are off. I cannot wait to put this carbon on. God, it looks better even like that.
It does.
Jeez, Luis Hernandez. Moment of truth, because carbon doesn't always line up, and if it needs some sort of fabrication done, I don't have those tools. So this will be interesting. Should just slip right in there. That's it. And you can see, doesn't line up exactly, but I think we'll be able to get screws in there. I would start with this one.
Well, let's just step back and see what it looks like.
So much better, right? So I think this is the one that's needs the most amount of. And the other thing about carbon is too is since it's a mold, as it sits in places, it'll kind of like. Oh, be careful. Yeah, I maybe just snug them a little bit. Yeah. Oh shit! Look at that. Almost needs to like heat up. Yeah, there you go. But over time, carbon, as it sits in here, it'll actually, and it gets warmer next to the frame and stuff, it'll actually heat up and fit better. I hate that sound.
Oh, that sound.
It freaks me out. That's why we let Rupp do it, because if he breaks it, then it's his ass.
That's good.
Yeah, so we noticed that the bolts weren't sitting in properly. There's lips on the bolts. Just kind of had to finagle a little bit. Now if you look at it, you can see it sits completely flush in there. And then again, once it heats up, it'll mold it even better.
Yeah.
And now this bolt's gonna line up too. So
Nice and tight.
that looks so good.
Already.
All right, tightening the last bolts for the right side. There you go.
I like it. This bike is a freaking thumbprint
It is.
nightmare. Did you notice that?
Constantly clean it.
There's prints on it.
Yeah.
Like, God, you can't touch
It's
it.
okay, that's what I'm here for.
Wipe it down for us.
That is solid.
I like that a lot.
That is so solid.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Go when you're home. Go when you're home, little buddy.
Is this one easier on this side?
It is.
Seems like it's a lot better fit.
Just molded better.
Yeah. Still warm. Feel these?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Actually does help with the heat because this frame gets warm. These carbon frame covers help less heat on your legs when you're riding, which is nice. There you go. That's really solid. I like it a lot.
There
Look
you
at
go, that looks so good.
Now it's all blacked out. Hell yeah.
Not
Put the
bad.
seat on it. All right, got the seat on, got the two bolts on. You have to be careful with the seat. There's something that actually hooks in, so you have to kind of like slide it in, hook it. This is the most hilarious back pillion cover. These are only available on the factory models. There you go. Looks cool once it's on, for sure. Look at that.
Time to get the mud huggers on.
Looks a lot better. All right, it's time for the front mud hugger.
Mud hugger.
Mud huggers. Looks like it's just, I think just 2 Allens on each side.
Oh, there's 4.
Yeah, and then
2 one in the front.
we just
one
gotta
in
be
the
careful
back.
to take this somehow off of the,
Some washers.
in the back there. You gotta
Got
unplug the
bent
brake
ones.
lines because they'll plug into the next one. Did this have a, yeah, we gotta transfer that piece over and possibly some hardware on the inside. Is that it?
That's it.
See if it moves at all.
Yep.
So we can get that little push pin up there. Pop that off. All right. Does it just pull? Or do you have to pinch it?
Might need to pinch it.
He's on a Grom. Can you see him? I don't know. Someone's out there on a Grom.
It's gonna be. There we go.
There you go.
The helmet.
So this is plastic and it's thick as hell. Plus it has these stupid reflectors on it. I would say it's 2 to 3 times heavier than this. So now the front wheel's gonna float even more. All right, so we slid the carbon piece in. First thing we did was attach the line that goes around the ABS sensor up on the top in here. The hole is drilled a little bigger on this one, so it doesn't sit quite as tight as I would like it. Are you attaching the other line over there, Rob?
Yeah, it's very difficult.
The little, oh yeah, do you want me to try to hold the other side for you?
No, I got it.
Okay.
I just have to line it up.
Carbon's always a pain in the ass. People think you're just bolting stuff on, but there's always stuff you gotta do to make it fit and work right. It's just a big pain. Yep, that looks better. I love this carbon. It looks so good. That weave is so nice. All right, so we ran into our first issue here. There's a hole and these bolts have lips on them and it's supposed to go through that lip but as you can see, it's not quite making it. So what he's gonna do is, you gotta be really careful when you drill carbon. So we found out which one is like almost the right, this is probably the one they should have used, but for some reason they didn't. So we're just doing it by hand, kind of going through there. I'm trying to show you guys, it's really tough to see, but just gonna slowly by hand kind of hollow that out a little bit, and then we'll see if we can get it to fit. All right, so he just got it a little bit, shaved a little bit off there. Now it fits through, look at that. Perfect. You gotta be really careful with carbon because carbon's brittle, so it'll crack. So that's why you wanna be careful drilling carbon. We've done it before, but it's always scary when you do it. So now it fits in there, and with that washer on there, it should be perfect. All right, front piece is on, and you can see how much, like that actually really changes the look of the bike. Look at that, teens. Isn't that awesome? I love it, man, and the plastic's gone on the side panels. Looks really, really nice. We were at Cars and Coffee this morning, and I was actually really surprised by how many people were coming over to the Aprilia wanting to know about it and stuff like that. Usually when we go places, Rupp's chopped up R1 just gets all the attention, and people were definitely interested in his too, but yeah, I was surprised how many people were like, what is this? What are you doing? Wow, what is up with this? So, pretty freaking cool, man. Anyway, starting on the rear fender here, or mud hugger, as Christina likes to say. Fucking weirdo. And they actually sent us some new, spacers?
Yeah, some like plastic
spacers. Some new plastic spacers, so I guess we'll just replace them, why not? Are there any on the bottom, or are they just on the top there? Yeah, just on the top, okay, cool. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that these little rubber, are they rubber or plastic?
Plastic.
Little plastic washers are to help with vibration and to also put it up just a smidge higher to keep it away from the rear tire. And again, since carbon can be so brittle, we're gonna use them on the top and on the bottom just to help with vibration and stuff like that, and just to be safe. I don't know why else they would have sent them along. There's no directions. Well, there's some directions, but it was in German, so that didn't really help us, but there was really no other place to use them. We checked all the other bolts and stuff, and it just doesn't seem like it makes sense, so this is what we're gonna do. Put them on here, and let's see how it feels. And then on this side, you wanna run these lines right there, and they go right underneath this little channel right here. And then your brake and ABS sensor and all that kind of stuff runs right through it. But that looks freaking awesome. And it's lighter, and it looks a hell of a lot better than this because it goes to a point. Look at the difference. That's freaking cool. And look, that point actually matches this point up here. See that? That's cool. That's really freaking cool. And you can see the clearance. That's why you want those spacers in there, because you will get a little bit of vibration, and you definitely don't want your wheel catching that.
We have a couple more spacers if we need it. Yeah. But I think this is good.
I think it's perfect.
With the one spacer that we used. Yeah. It made it work.
Fucking love it, dude. That's actually probably my favorite piece we put on. Who would have known? Hell yeah, looks awesome. All right, so the install for today's episode is done. We're gonna have teens wipe down the bike since it's a freaking print monster. Like every single fingerprint shows on this thing. That's the one thing about gloss. It looks awesome, but geez, you literally have to wipe it down every day.
Time.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So we're gonna wipe this whole thing down, and then we're gonna push it out in the sun and take some photos, and then go for a ride with this monster. I'm over here wiping fingerprints off, and Rupp's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go drive through the dirt." I know. You wish you were coming, don't you? I think it's time for teens to get a bike. We're just waiting for the Ducati world premiere, October 23rd, and we're gonna see if they bring out anything that we might possibly want. Then we'll make our decisions for our personal bikes. But those Lululemons certainly do look delish. So look at how good it looks from like just a few feet away. Oh my God, guys. Now it's all blacked out. Everything's blacked out. It's either painted or carbon. It's all gloss. That full titanium exhaust system. You got the carbon wheels. It's looking really good. We've still got full braking system for the front end. We're gonna be doing grips, levers, master cylinders up there. We have a custom seat cover we're doing. The back's gonna get painted. And I think that's literally about it. I'm gonna be picking up the next bike in just a few days for our next build series, and I cannot wait to share with you guys what that's gonna be. It's gonna be freaking insane. But I'm really happy. What do you think, teens?
The thing looks really, really good.
Looks really good,
The
dude.
frame is just blacked out.
Yes.
It's remarkable.
Yep.
From a distance, you can't tell the difference between the weaves.
Exactly.
So it just looks great.
Look at that thing, dude. I love it. So don't forget, guys, only a couple weeks left. You can pick up some t-shirts to get entries, or you can go on Patreon, just patreon.com/Campisi Customs. And then people were complaining about the Italian flag down here, because when you turn it this way, it's actually an Iranian flag, but it wasn't supposed to be a flag. It's just Italian colors. We just wanted some stripes on it, so I think it looks really, really good. You can see the carbon too, how it fades the carbon down here. Look at that. In the sun, you can see it really well. It's freaking awesome.
Beautiful.
Dude. So I think that's it for this one, guys. Let me know what you think of the bike and how it stands now. A lot of the cosmetic stuff is done. We'll still have some nice little touches here and there, but I'm really happy with it, man.
Still have the tail section coming.
Yeah, this is gonna get repainted next week, so I think that's gonna really finish off the lines, because I hate the red being offset. It bothers me, and the stickers and all that will be gone. So yeah, I love it, man. I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Again, Patreon, if you want to be entered to win or snag a t-shirt. There's only 1 week left for these by the time this video goes up. And I think that's it. So if you like what we're doing here, be sure to subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.